Kakasi Jantia Deficit School Teachers Association kaladawan Sorkar jela bahkan Pynkiewnoh ya ka DA jokin Nonghikai School Deficit syakasan huwe na kispa. Kawede bagajing sew ginong tre Sorkar nalor ban plat no yuki Ariel. Ha kajingelang kebelalong ha kakatsan tre uno pra kane ka association kalasya mengene karaya kajingelang jaga kebelalong Hamadan Malki Shilong. U Presiden Jogseng ke jadi STA uba Boswell Espala ulah tho su menteri rang ba kejelau konrat kongkal sangma bagi hekai kimat jenge nama bagi dia kadang sakut ha kasau pulai ne kispa. Kesenggal aipor ke Sorkar haru kakatsan terik kula lengkot arazar arpun reo ban pen urlong ke jing dawa. Da ke beberngam ban pelong jing ki lada kam urlong. Kibai pe jing dawa ki kentop ya ke centralized provident fund ka DCRG gina hekai ke belasong thaj bat ka Maxims portal. Ba kani ke badan mentaru ke ke badap di kijing bakla. Bat balong badai ban buak no da ke wai ke baklem kijing bakla. Ke Sorkar Megalaya dang syan ke lapan mena ban kentiau sa anak sispa ke dia ye gidong tri Sorkar ha ke bakan kiau kata syakasan huwe nek sispa. Ke ban tri kam na dok strik naitung arajar arpusan. Da gino hekai school deficit kidang yo tang sau pulai nek sispa.
Clear case of harassment when a routine thing like the enhancement of the A is denied to us. We, my dear teachers, my dear members of KGDSTA, should not be brainwashed in any way, in any case, by anyone that this is not our right, that this is too much for us, that this can be done only because of charity. No, it is a right. The DA had been given to us, has been given to us, and will be given to us because of some experts having done study that this is the way to sustain teachers. This is the way to sustain education. This is the way to sustain society. I just want to ask the government now, how does it feel to withhold our rights? How does it feel when you get to go to different places to give money, to distribute money? How does it feel to not give us our rights? Give us RDA. You go all over Meghalaya to give money. Give us RDA. You go all over the Northeast to give money. Give us RDA. And let me say one thing to the government, and thank you. You have kept the money meant for RDA for too long. You have got enough interest. You have got enough interest from that. Give it now. Give it now. Surely, the government under the leadership of such an honorable chief minister cannot be too sadistic, because this has become just that. This has become just that. This harassment is sadistic in nature. My dear friends, when we took over as the central body, I in particular as the president, we went through the fires and we interacted with the past leaders, and we saw that the leaders had met with the different officials and there was no response, and so we thought we should meet the education minister. At first, he seemed very positive. He seemed to be very good. He gave us hope. But then that hope within 1 week was belied. Then we thought we would meet the chief minister. The chief minister who seemingly has time to interact with the public. He has interacted with many members of the public. We thought he would have the time for us. But it has been almost 20 days since we gave the letter seeking appointment with him, there has been no response. No response. Dear Chief Minister, please respond. Respond. This kind of harassment of teachers, this harassing of teachers only means harassment of the students, of the general public, because right to education is right up there. I would say just a little below to the right to life. And I say, please, Chief Minister, please, government, please, officials, do not push us to the streets. Do not continue to push us to the streets, because if you snatch our rights, we will fight back. We will fight back against this harassment till harassment is zero, and stop making teaching profession unattractive by spreading this kind of harassment. People all over the state know that teachers face harassment. People who have the spirit, who have the capacity to be teachers, hesitate to enter teaching profession. Therefore, right now, I appeal to the parents, to the past pupils, to the present pupils, to support us morally, and support us in any way that you see fit to save education in the state of Meghalaya. Students, they use a beautiful word, attractive word, standardization. But then if standardization has to come from the government, I don't trust it. I don't trust the government with many things. I don't trust the way it runs schools. I think the government itself in the past saw that defect from the side of the government. That is why the past governments supported the deficit teachers, supported the deficit system. Only now, only last year and this year, there is this blatant case, bizarre case of harassment of deficit teachers, the snatching away of the rights of deficit teachers. There is another case, the guidebook, the Miss Guidebook probably, or what we call the CM Guidebook. What is that CM? CM, it looks like cheap marks guidebook, as I've said in the past. So this is a clear deterrent for good students. Good students are deprived. At the back of the guidebook, it is written, if you read this guidebook, you will get what, 60-70%, I don't remember that number. But if you look at the back of the guidebook, there is something written like that. Who writes something like that in a guidebook? Who writes something like that in a guidebook? It is too shameful. Only shameless people do that. There is this evil symbiosis between the government, the chief minister, the minister, and the officials. We have to be very much aware of this. In fact, this non-enhancement of the DA is because of this evil symbiosis between these two groups. The government, the elected representatives who have been elevated to the rank of chief minister, ministers, and the officials, in particular the IAS officials. When they seek to lower us, the deficit teachers, I may ask them, dear IAS officers, how would you feel if you are lowered down to MCS? This is an analogy, quite an appropriate analogy. And I appeal to the many good officers, MCS, IAS, to please help stand against this. I appeal to other members of society to please be aware of this manipulation that goes on inside the People's Secretariat.